What if I told you that you cannot fail? What if I told you that you cannot lose? Failure is not an option. Losing isn't even in the playbook. And no matter what you do, no matter what you put your hand to, you're going to be successful. What if I told you that the only person who can stop you from accomplishing what God called you to do is you? See, God doesn't want you to live an ordinary life. God doesn't want you to have a mundane existence. He freed you for a reason. God wants you to live sold out. He wants you to chase the dreams and the passions that He put within your heart. If God called you to be an athlete, then be the best athlete this world has ever seen. Live sold out. Do it with excellence for God's glory. And know that if He called you to do something, you cannot fail. You will accomplish it because He called you to do it. He gave you that passion and those desires for a reason. I met this guy one time, right? He lived in my town, and every time I saw him, every time I drove by him, he was doing the same thing. He was running. He was doing push-ups. He was doing pull-ups. He was doing sit-ups. He was running miles at a time on the side of the road, only to be found later on the local courts playing basketball until nightfall, mastering his craft. So one time I approached him, I said, "Man, what are you doing all this for? What's the point?" He said to me, "You must be crazy." Here I was thinking he was the crazy one, and he's calling me crazy. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You take this as me wasting my time? Man, I have been given an opportunity. I have been given life, and life abundantly. I want to live a life that's sold out." You see, God has a plan for everyone's life, and His plan for my life is that I be an athlete, and that everything I do while I'm an athlete brings glory to the God who gave me the talents that He gave me. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to squander the things that God's given me. I want to live sold out. I want to run. And I want to accomplish what He set before me for His glory. Not mine, not my own strength, but by His glory and His glory alone. I said, "Really? That's a pretty big goal to make a living as an athlete." He said, "Yeah, you're probably right. But when God calls you to do something, no man can stop you from doing it. It's God's will for my life. He made it clear to me. Therefore, I cannot fail. I'm a flower petal." I said, "You're a flower petal? What does that mean?" He said, 2 Corinthians, "I'm a flower petal." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, 2 Corinthians 2:14, "But thanks be to God who in Christ always leads us in triumphal procession, and through us spreads the fragrance of the knowledge of Him everywhere." He said, "I'm a flower petal, man. I cannot lose. I'm here to bring glory to the general." I said, "You lost me." He said, "Man, that verse is talking about the old days when the Roman legions would march into the city after conquering an enemy in war. And they would lay flower petals all over the roads. And as the horses would march, they would crush these flower petals and release a fragrance into the air that would bring pleasure to the general, knowing that his men were victorious." He said, "Man, I got to live my life as a flower petal, bringing glory to my general, Jesus Christ." And what did God call me to do? He called me to be an athlete. So I can't sleep. I can't rest. I can't squander my time, my talents, or my abilities, because I have one shot at this life, and I'm going to live it sold out, accomplishing the goal that God put before me for His glory and His glory alone. I cannot rest. I will rest in the next life, but not here. I said, "Man."